So today we're gonna unbox the TRAK 2.0. I'm super excited about this. This is our demo boat, just arrived in the mail. So it's been patiently waiting for today, where we actually have some nice weather, to open this up, get it on the water, test paddle it, and see what's inside. It's a Canadian company based out of BC. The boat itself is actually made in the Philippines. It's a skin-on-frame style boat. It's a little bit different than all of the other collapsible boats that we have in our store. If you want to come and test paddle this out at our Arnprior demo center, go to ovap.ca/demo and you'll be able to check it out and come and try it out. Looks like the seat pan and back band, like the cockpit, the actual skin of the boat. Let's open this right up. So I'm guessing that these are parts of the frame. This is going to be one of the frame ends. And the other end, this is the C-sock. These look like float bags. Wow, they're huge. So I think you can load gear into these and then blow them up as float bags after the fact. And our hydraulic kits. Okay, so first step is going to be check out the instructions. Before I get too far into this, I wanted to mention the bag. It's a really high quality bag. There's a little pocket on the front, lots of clips all around, lots of spots to grab it and move it around. I don't see any backpack style straps, but it does have wheels. So the first thing I'm noticing is the connections are really strong on this boat. Unlike some of the other portable boats, these snap into place and are really well connected. And so they also have these really strong frames here, which can take a lot of pressure. They're just a very well built boat. We're installing the first hydraulic pump into the boat. So it seems like this first one, we have to connect into a section just to get it pushed out at all. We're gonna test this and see how it goes. Ooh. We're gonna grab the other jacks. And we're gonna put them in their actual place for the boat, which is up inside here. So I'm going to open them up so that they can come up in here. Oh. And then I'm going to lock them closed and pump them open. I am going to slide these back in here. It says we want to make sure that this pin at the back of the coaming is right in there. Now inflate and install the gear float bags. These are these massive float bags. Admittedly, these have to be the biggest float bags I have ever seen. Capture a little bit of air in them. That's loaded up. It says in the instructions to only blow it up to about 80% before inserting it, because it's really hard to do otherwise. It also says to use this as a big windsock, so probably gonna need it a little bit smaller than that. I'm pretty tall. Seems about right. I think it says close the keter. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but it says make sure it's properly lubricated. I feel like because it's brand new, it probably is. They're right tight to the cockpit. It says that it is fully closed if the locking pin is in place. We're going to secure this here. Over here. This bungee on the front. So this final seat pan step. The seat is attached and we have a boat. The only thing we haven't done today is installed the thigh braces because This is our first time building it, and I don't want to spend a bunch of time trying to figure that out right now. I'm sure it's not super complicated. I just want to make sure that I get it right whenever I do. Obviously, this took a little bit longer than it should take because I was learning it as I go. This is the first time building it. All in all, not too complicated. So one of the really cool things about this boat is you can actually adjust the rocker while you're sitting in the boat. So if you watch the bow and stern of this boat, you can see I can actually lift it with the pump of this hydraulic jack and change the rocker while I'm sitting in it. So what this means when you're actually paddling it is when it's up like this, you're gonna have less boat in the water, which means it'll be easier to rotate and turn, versus if I drop it down like that, it's gonna be a lot more boat in the water. It'll track a lot straighter and hold the line. So before we get out on the water, I'm gonna go through a couple of features on this boat. So it has carrying handles on the front, deck lines all the way down the front and back. It has lots of bungees and lots of storage. This is really a fully featured sea kayak. Popping inside, there's footrests in there, proper seat pan with a back band, proper combing so you can add a skirt, more bungee back here, and more deck line all the way throughout, and a handle on the back as well for carrying it. If we flip it over just quickly and we look at the hull design, so it does have a pretty hard chine all the way through, a good solid line, so it should hold the line well on the water. It also has a really defined cut here, so I expect it to hold an edge really nicely too, but we're gonna get it out on the water and test it out and see how it does. My first impression on this boat is I'm quite impressed. Paddles like a 16-foot sea kayak, like a performance boat. It definitely has the ability to get on edge. Actually, once you find it, there's a nice rejection point there, right there. If you're a beginner paddler and you're not used to sitting in a kayak, it might feel a little bit tippy, but it's a lot of fun. It tracks really straight. You can get some good speed in it. I have the rocker really low right now, so it was very hard to get a proper turn or change directions. It's also super windy, so the wind was pushing me around. There's quite a bit of current here. Definitely some challenges to battle, but it feels like a really good boat. I didn't put the sea sock in whenever I built it this time around, and I can definitely feel the temperature of the water through the outer layer. It's the bottom of the boat is cool. I'm glad that I'm sitting on the seat pan because that definitely separates you from the cooler water. But the bottoms of my legs, I can feel it, which on a day like today is kind of nice. I am not too tall for this boat, so I'm about 6'2". I actually just pulled in the foot pegs a little bit, probably about 2 clicks. So you shouldn't have an issue, even if you're up to 6'5", that shouldn't be an issue. And I think, yeah, the foot pegs come all the way up to here. So even a smaller paddler shouldn't have any issue at all. This feels nice and tight around the thighs as well without the thigh braces, but I look forward to adding those. This is really cool. I'm going to just do a couple laps of it here and paddle around and maybe test it with the rocker up versus rocker down, see how the handling changes. So I can't believe how much of a difference, like it should not surprise me, but it is a significant difference that in the performance, I guess the handling of the boat, when the rocker is really high, if we pop it here, get it all the way up into the air. Number one, the nose goes way higher than I anticipated compared to what it was like on land. But see how much that turns on a single paddle stroke? We'll just see. We'll do the 360 test. So I'm about 3.5 big sweeping paddle strokes with the rocker way up in the air. If we drop that, way more boat in the water. So So way more tracking ability whenever you have that rocker down. It's surprising how much the handling of the boat changes. Obviously the speed of it does as well, just with less boat in the water. That's our unboxing and water test of the TRAK 2.0. Overall, I'm extremely impressed. In fairness, I should be. The price point almost dictates that it is that good of a boat. It's between $5,000 and $6,000, depending on the model itself. If you don't have space to store, or you want to travel with a 16-foot touring kayak that has the ability to adjust rocker and effectively take the role of multiple boats, then I think it's totally worth that price if that's you. Thanks for tuning in. That's it.